in a moment. At the end of 300, Don't Disturb took a narrow lead over Pirate's Yarn. 3 lengths away, No Villain in the box seat, and then Chosen Warrior, followed by Dynamic Blaze. 2 to Calamba on the inside of One Man Out, a gap to Seen Before, followed by Army Reb. Prince of Justice well back with Ed Mandy, and out the back is Vain Victor. Around the first turn at the 900 mark, Pirate's Yarn won't come back to the rider. He's over racing, about a neck in front of Don't Disturb. 2 lengths away, No Villain getting the run of the race, followed by Chosen Warrior. A length to Dynamic Blaze, a length to Calamba, then One Man Out, Army Reb, Seen Before, Ed Mandy on the outside of Prince of Justice, and 2 lengths away, Vain Victor. To the turn, Pirate's Yarn about a half length on Don't Disturb. No Villain tracking along in third place, about to ease to the outside, followed by Chosen Warrior, then Dynamic Blaze, Calamba and Army Reb. Heads a turn for home, Don't Disturb headed Pirate's Yarn. No Villain immediately under pressure, running on his Dynamic Blaze, putting in a dash to the 200, Don't Disturb. Flat Chat as the leader over Dynamic Blaze, Chosen Warrior, Calamba with the last run at them. Dynamic Blaze got to the lead, Calamba trying to get to it. Dynamic Blaze holding Calamba at the moment. Chosen Warrior battling on, but Dynamic Blaze hanging on, and he'll fall in to win. Dynamic Blaze about a neck to Chosen Warrior, which kicked to get second. Calamba third, just died on his run, followed by No Villain. Every possible hope, No Villain. Further back, One Man Out, Army Reb, Don't Disturb, followed by Pirate's Yarn, who pulled too hard. Further back, Seen Before, then Ed Mandy and Prince of Justice, and last is Vain Victor. Dynamic Blaze, the winner, ridden by Kevin Forrester, trained by Pat Cass at Orange, and has been racing most consistently. In fact, this horse started as recently as last Monday at the big Golden Fleece meeting at Warren, and
down the side and over on the inside, Body Edition, one of the early leaders, with Newton, who began well, and Dapper out quickly towards the outside as they jump the first one. They're all safely over on the second of the treble now, and on the outside Newton has gone up to take the lead from Body Edition. Burrawai Lord prominent. Deeper on the track is Dapper, and dropping in behind them is Bob Landowner. Didn't jump that one well. He's third last as they go round the back turn, and Newton takes up the running, and down the back they race, and Newton in charge by 2 lengths to Burrawai Lord, a length and a half Body Edition, followed by Dapper. Hussars is best is next on the outside of Bob, a length and a half further back is Giga Bar. Brigari over on the inside, 2 lengths further back is Knocky Toff at the first of the double, down the back, followed by Landowner, who again jumped awkwardly, being passed there by Tom T. Hall. And last of all, Brigari nearly went down. He's lost his rider, Bagheera, that is, lost his rider, Bagheera. And there's the first casualty as they come down the side, and Newton lobbing along about 2 lengths to Burrawai Lord on the school side of the track. 4 to 5 lengths further back to Body Edition, 3 lengths away Dapper, a couple further back to Giga Bar, the first of these fences here in this section. They're followed closely by Knocky Toff, moving around the outside of Hussar's Best. Then there's a break to Tom T. Hall, being closely attended by Bob, who's over on the inside of Brigari, and Landowner's dropped out to last. At the second of the Tall Timbers, down the school side, and Newton the leader. About a length to Burrawai Lord as they come around the home turn. 4 lengths further back as Body Edition, 4 away to Dapper. Then Giga Bar over on the outside of Knocky Toff, who's on the rails. A length further back, Tom T. Hall. Then Brigari, a length and a half, followed by Hussar's Best, and further back to Bob, and Landowner bringing up the rear. Into the straight they raced out towards the judge, just over a circuit left to go. And the leader was Newton by a length and a half in advance of Body Edition, who's second. Close behind them on the inside, Burrawai Lord. Dapper's a bit further back, followed by Knocky Toff, and then came Giga Bar as they passed the judge and race into the final lap. Tom T. Hall on the outside of Brigari, followed by Bob. Hussar's Best behind them, and Landowner last of all. And there's 12 lengths covering the field with 1,600 metres left to run. Newton is joined by Body Edition, and they've moved away down the side. They'll soon be back on the steeplechase course once again. They're out by 6 lengths ahead there of Burrawai Lord. Then came Dapper, being followed closely by Tom T. Hall, improving his position. So is Knocky Toff on the inside, the first of the treble for the last time. And Newton on the inside, Body Edition, the leaders, a length and a half in advance of Burrawai Lord. Knocky Toff has made up ground very deep on the track going forward. Tom T. Hall, followed by Dapper, and then Brigari, and further back to Bob and Giga Bar as they go round the back turn with 1,300 metres to go. Landowner second last, and Hussar's Best has dropped out to last. In the back, just over 1,000 to run, and Burrawai Lord went to the leader. Burrawai Lord is the leader. Tom T. Hall moving up on the outside of Dapper, who's there in the centre. A length and a half further back, Body Edition, followed by Giga Bar, now starting to come into the picture at the double for the last time here, just inside the final 1,000. And Knocky Toff made a mess of that one. He lost ground over that one, and Dapper goes to the leader. Dapper is the leader at the 800. Got away by 2 lengths in second place. Burrawai Lord is struggling. Giga Bar making ground. Tom T. Hall is still there on the outside. A long gap to Bob. And they're followed by Newton, and well back in the field then Brigari. And Knocky Toff's a long way back. Landowner and Body Edition. 2 fences left to jump in the steeplechase, and Dapper giving a bold display. About to be tackled now by Giga Bar. They've gone away by 4 or 5 lengths to Tom T. Hall is struggling. So is Burrawai Lord. So are the others headed by Bob and well back Brigari. But Gigabar at the last one. Here he comes to it. Oh, Dapper's down. Dapper's crashed at the last one and Gigabar looks to have a winning lead. He's well clear. Another one down. Tom T. Hall's lost his rider. And another one down as Brigari as they're making the home turn. And Gigabar all out of his owners. 20 lengths clear of Burrawai Lord as they're about to straighten up from Bob. And then Newton and Landowner and Knocky Toff coming down the straight. All the jumping's all over with 150 metres left to go. And Gigabar's got it all parcelled up. He's in no danger. He's 25 lengths clear of Burrawai Lord in third place then on the outside. Bob and Landowner making up ground. But Gigabar walking over the line has won by a big margin. Make it 30 lengths to Burrawai Lord. Third home to Bob, followed by Landowner and Newton, and back in behind them Knocky Toff and Body Edition. There's one still coming, and that is Hussar's Best, still coming down the straight.
Well, that was, it wasn't...
Moonee in the saddle, and they're just about ready. I know there's one more to come. Tale of Ice. Riderless now. Now they're trying to push Tale of Ice up into the gates, and they've got a rearing bit attached up front, and still she's able to avoid them. The saddle, starters coming over now to release the field, and they're all set. The inside runner is Super Carla. They face nicely now. Sprinkler stands in squarely with Boulder. Tale of Ice still a little flighty. Boulder reared just when the starter said go. Boulder was standing on her hind legs and missed the start about 3 lengths. Sprinklers away brilliantly and hit the ground in front of Mycology. Tale of Ice showing good early pace, and then playing the ace, followed by Grey Meritas. Zapadiado hustled along to try and improve its position. Boulder's made up ground very quickly after that slow start, but ran into trouble between horses. Dancing Colour is out 3 deep, and then Super Carla, Bodacious Lady, followed by Love Smiles and Briar Beauty at the 800 mark, and Sprinkler leads easily, slows them up now, led by a little more than a length to Tale of Ice, Mycology, and playing the ace taking closer order. Grey Meritas is next on the fence. Zapadiado between horses. Out deep is Dancing Colour on the fence with the white blaze. Super Carla followed by Boulder. Bodacious Lady's about to take off, and the last couple of Briar Beauty and Love Smiles. Into the straight 400 out. Sprinkler is a clear-cut leader. In second place, Tale of Ice on the outside. On the fence, Mycology, but Sprinkler roared along now by Corey Brown, has dashed away, put about 3 lengths on Mycology. Tale of Ice followed by Zapadiado. The others not doing enough, and it's all Sprinkler. Sprinkler well clear with 100 to go. Mycology is running on well, but Sprinkler's going to lead all the way and runs them off their feet. Sprinkler beat Mycology third, probably Zapadiado wide out, only a nose in front of Tale of Ice, followed by Dancing Colour. Briar Beauty a nice run, and then playing the ace Grey Meritas, Super Carla, followed by Love Smiles, Bodacious Lady, and Boulder pulled up with the tail enders. No surprise, because she reared right when the starter said go.
Early pace, and just in behind them Southlands on the outside of Impulsive. Terse Verse has got back to second last, and Kachina bringing up the rear. 900 metres left to go, and Fire Lake on the inside and Sweet Delight together by a length and a half. Plum in front over on the inside of Los Clasica. 2 lengths further back as Southlands on the outside of Impulsive, and 2.5 lengths away as Terse Verse on the inside of Kachina. Down the Skill side, 700 metres left to go, and Fire Lake by a neck in advance of Sweet Delight. A length and a half Los Clasica on the outside of Plum in front, and going quickly on the outside there is Southlands up towards the lead, followed by Impulsive. Kachina second last, and Terse Verse is still last of all, about 5 lengths off the lead as they come up to the home turn. Sweet Delight takes the lead coming up towards the 400 metre mark, a half length to Fire Lake. Lost Classic and 4 deep around them Southlands, being followed then by Kachina running on. Terse Verse is still last of all, and badly needing a run over on the inside there of Plum in front and Impulsive. They're right across the track as they straighten up, and Kachina's come with a big run up on the outside to hit the front out wide, and has kicked well clear. Kachina in second place, Southlands. They're followed by Lost Classic. Terse Verse will run nearly last, but Kachina's got a shot to pieces in the run home and wins very easily. Comes back to the rail again and scores by 2 lengths to Southlands. Lost Classic third, then Impulsive. Next to finish in the event is Sweet Delight, followed by Plum in front. Terse Verse is second last, and last home is Fire Lake. And the favourite, a very poor run, never got a crack at them in any stage, but still disappointing. And the winner, Kachina, pays $15.70 and $3.80. In the second of the day, an upset there, and Kachina raced past those.
Not for attempting to. They settle better now. There's the light. And away they go in the first of the day, and a bit slow to begin was Sweet Summer. Came out about a length behind the bulk of the field, and Light Force away quickly, so too was Extra Cash. Going to third cubicle, back to fourth, the inside of those Oriental Queen from Cognac centre field. South Brighter is about a half behind it, now a length away, then My Billie Jean, followed then on the inside by Debater. Our Jazz the outside, and 1.5 to Sweet Summer, who's about 10 off the lead. Around that first turn, they travel onto the side, heading to the 850 metre mark, and the leader is Extra Cash, freewheeling about a length in front. Second, Light Force, 2 lengths away, third cubicle. 2 lengths away in fourth position, Oriental Queen, a length the outside, Cognac, back on the inside, South Brighter, next to it within a neck, My Billie Jean from Our Jazz, and then Debater, and a Sweet Summer is last of all at the 600 metre mark. Coming for home, and this leader looks to be travelling pretty well. It's Extra Cash by about a length and a half. In second placing, Light Force, about to ease around her now. Third placing, Oriental Queen, and then Cubicle. Further back to Cognac, called upon from South Brighter, My Billie Jean, and then came Debater, Our Jazz, and Sweet Summer not travelling. Still the leader, Extra Cash, at the 200 metre mark, but Cognac out wide is now coming quickly. With it is Cubicle, and Light Force is under pressure. Cubicle and Cognac nose for nose. Cognac the outside, Cubicle the inside, Cognac in front. Cognac got there. Cognac by 3/4 on the line, nearly a length in fact to Cubicle. South Brighter zipped between them to get third. Wider out My Billie Jean. Inside of her was Oriental Queen, Our Jazz, Debater. Further back Sweet Summer, Light Force and Extra Cash both pulling up quickly over the line.
Well, proving that a last start win was no fluke, Cognac goes on to score and pay $3.
Grabbing upright, Kevin Forrester and a couple of the mares drawn close by got upset by it, including Angelin in the number 1 gate. Starter got down off his stand. They're taking Time Share out of the stalls. The vet will have to have a look at her. She gave the stall structure a real rattle up. She must have hit the Forrester getting back on board, and they're all set now. Blindfold comes out the back, and they're ready to run. Starter hits the button, away they go, and the stayer Angelin, very flat-footed, is a clear last to leave the gate. House of Chimes and Little Shoes began brilliantly, and so did Time Share. Away very quickly is All the Rave and Happiness, diving through towards the lead, followed by Miss Windsor, Funny Tail. Trouble in Mind on the fence, scrubbed along early. At the head of the others, Double Angle, followed by Lively Mariah, and Angelin can't keep up in the early stages. These leaders are flying. House of Chimes coming over to lead from Happen and Time Share. A length away, Little Shoes getting the run of the race, followed by Miss Windsor. All the Rave is out 3 and 4 deep. On the fence, Trouble in Mind, followed by Funny Tail, Double Angle. Lively Mariah last of the main bunch, and Angelin last, but now tacking on into the straight. The leader is Time Share, got up on the inside of House of Chimes, which lugged off the track. Time Share nicely clear, straightening up over Happen. Little Shoes on the fence under heavy pressure. Coming to the 200, Time Share the leader. Little Shoes and Happen are having another crack at it. Joining in now, Miss Windsor. Miss Windsor gobbles them up in the pink and black colours. Double Angle is charging late down the middle of the track, but Miss Windsor clear close to home, and she's too good now, Miss Windsor. She draws away, in fact, to beat Double Angle with Happen third. Close up, Lively Mariah, Funny Tail. Little Shoes made a quick dash and then wilted again, followed by All the Rave. Angelin did a good job to beat 3 home, and they were Trouble in Mind, House of Chimes. Well back towards the tail is Time Share and Lively Mariah.
Tycoon Princess makes a good line. King Carl on the inside, a last start winner at Sandown. Now they look ready. All set, off they run. Good start too on the outside. Solomon Prince the first to jump out with Garnier. Poetic Scholar began speedily. Cradle Snatcher out very quickly in the centre. Goes straight to the front on settling down from King Cal and Prince Belair just in behind them. Then Clay Shot improving his position a bit further back as Born Brave on the inside of Tycoon Princess. 2.5 lengths away, Mexican Breezer, who's beaten for early speed over on the inside of Solomon Prince. Dropping back there, Clarnas on the rails and a length and a half to Garnier. Down the side, Cradle Snatcher by a length and a half to Prince Belair. A length further back, Clay Shot, King Carla. Over on the inside of Tycoon Princess, followed by Born Brave as they come up towards the home turn. 2 lengths away, making ground as Clarna. Very deep on the track, Solomon Prince, followed by Mexican Breeze, and back in behind them, Poetic Scholar and Garnier last of all. Prince Belair travelling very easily on the home turn. Kicked away a little over a length and a half in advance of Clay Shot down the outside as they straighten. Cradle Snatcher can't go on at the moment. A good long gap to Born Brave, and they're followed by Tycoon Princess running on pretty well. Clay Shot's got his head in front. Here comes Born Brave with a strong run down the outside. Born Brave on the outside coming. It's Clay Shot. Born Brave. Born Brave in the last bound has beaten Clay Shot with Prince Belair third. Fourth, Tycoon Princess, followed by Clan, who made up ground, then King Carla. Cradle Snatcher wicket out of it very badly, followed next home by Solomon Prince. Well back in the field, Garnier, followed by Mexican Breeze second last, and Poetic Scholar has run last. Born Brave coming with a strong run here to grab the honours. The third race of the day at Moonee Valley. Just when it looked as if Clay Shot had the money, Born Brave finishing very strongly. 2-1-5 official. Number 2, the winner, Born Brave, for Ken Sweeney. Ridden by the apprentice Aaron Spiteri, raced by Mr. B. Gammon.
He's having a good look down the line. Now they steady. Movement wide out. Off and running, beautiful start, came away in a near perfect line, and a bit of magic, Blue Butterfly. Kailangi is going straight to the lead. Rubiton's Best away quickly, followed by Finance, and then Contentious, Andy's Caper. Midfield on the fence is Sea Fighter on settling down. Bellotto Bill is trapped out deep in the yellow blinkers. Further back, Bit of a Dancer, followed by Marcis, and Garin is last of all. Coming around the first turn, and on the outside, a bit of magic goes to the lead over Kailangi. A length away, the favourite Rubiton's Best. A length and a half to Finance. In the centre, Blue Butterfly. 3 deep, Andy's Caper. Then Sea Fighter. 3 wide in the green colours, yellow blinkers, Bellotto Bill. Back behind those, Bit of a Dancer. On the fence, Contentious, followed by Marcis, and 2 lengths away last is Garin. Into the straight, Rubiton's Best on the outside, sweeping up to them, and Rubiton's Best takes the lead as they turn for home over Kailangi, and a bit of magic. Finance a length away is running on strongly. Rubiton's Best flat to the boards is a half length in front of Kailangi, who won't give up, and now Finance on the outside is grabbing the pair of them. Finance is coming at them. Finance on the outside. Rubiton's Best in the centre. Kailangi on the inside kicking, and Kailangi kicked too well and got home from either Rubiton's Best or Finance on the outside. Finance looked a certainty in the straight but didn't finish off. Then Sea Fighter, a bit of magic, followed by Marcis, Bit of a Dancer, from Contentious, Blue Butterfly, Bellotto Bill, Andy's Caper, and tailed off is Garin. Well, Rubiton's Best looked certain to win straightening for home, and then Finance loomed up as though he was going to go straight past them, but in the last 30 or 40 metres it was Kailangi fighting back on the inside and doing much the better in the last 2 or 3 strides of the race to win it narrowly. Number 10 will be the winner, Kailangi, ridden by Brad Pengelly, and will pay $8.50 and $2.70. Now look at this replay here. You couldn't have put a
Clavon, then Calvert Prince and Regal Royal, and last of all our Sumo. At the top corner, 1,000 to go. Spectacular Light led from Queen of Song, Rashke. Sierra Oscar in 4th position, and Keep Chanting is 5th from Low Mass, 6th the middle. Mr. Efficiency travelling deep. Then came Ripper on the inside of Wonder Road. Then came Nevada Will. Spookers 4 wide. He can't get in. A length further back, he's back on track on the inside of Clavon. And then came Regal Royal, Calvert Prince, and our Sumo. At the crossing, 600 metres to go. Spectacular Light is clear. 3 lengths, Queen of Song. A length and a half to Rashke. Sierra Oscar, Keep Chanting, held up on the fence from Low Mass. Then came Mr. Efficiency. Rippers behind them. And further back on the field, Spooky's under the whip. He's a mile back. Nevada Will is running home. In the straight, 300 out. Spectacular Light led. Queen of Song, Sierra Oscar, Low Mass, Keep Chanting, can't get a run. Rashke, Ripper near the fence, and Wonder Road and Nevada Will inside the 200. Low Mass and Sierra Oscar took the lead. Keep Channing's into the clear now. Ripper on the fence, but Low Mass broke away with 100 metres left to go, and Low Mass went home to beat Keep Chanting. Tight for third between Sierra Oscar and Nevada Will. Close up on the race was Ripper. Close behind them, Queen of Song, Wonder Road, Spectacular Light, followed by Rashke, and then came he's back on track. Spook, never a chance, just couldn't get in from the alley. From Calvert Prince and Clavon, Mr. Efficiency and Regal Royal. Last time was our Sumo. Low Mass is the winner. What did I say before the race? There only looked to be 3 chances. I'm going to tell you something about racing in a minute. Low Mass, $63.40 and $16.70. The horse that should have won the race was Keep Chanting. That's him in 5th position with the green cap, and he couldn't get out till it was all over. Spook, that's him the grey, right-hand side of screen near the tail of the field. He just had no hope from the alley. And Ripper is the horse on the fence starting to drive up on the rail. He just probably found the 1,500 a shade short on the day. And Low Mass, which had run only 9 lengths, like you say only 9, but it was Star Covert and the Prime Ministers. He got a break on them. Keep Chanting got out when it was all over.
Moves in. And they're all ready for action. Bright Spot stands up well. Morgan Atari makes a good line. King of the Bay. And they're off. Good start too. King of the Bay, one of the first to show out. Bright Spot got out well with Doff the Hat behind them. Going forward is the New Zealander Chase Me Charlie up into a handy position, and back along the inside Sterling Emblem sorting themselves out. Sterling Emblem on the inside and Chase Me Charlie just in advance there of Alien Fella and Rob's Reason going fast, followed by Doff the Hatter. They're closely followed by Bright Spot over on the inside, then dropping in behind them Tennessee Oak, followed by Dark Tango. A length away, about 3 off the fences, Future Shock, and further back in the field Best Endeavours. Into the straight they race the first time, and Rob's Reason in charge. Half a length in advance of Doff the Hat, going up 3 deep around them Hereditas in search of the leader, and they were followed by Chase Me Charlie over on the outside of Sterling Emblem, a length and a half to Bright Spot. Further back then is Tennessee Oka. Then over on the outer there came Future Shock, followed by Best Endeavours. Dark Tango in behind them, King of the Bay, Alien Fella. Morgan Atari on the inside, Noble Ben Barra second last, and King Jazz's tail out to last. Out of the straighter, and they've got 1,650 metres left to go. Hereditas dash to a clear lead, about 2 lengths in advance of Rob's Reason on the inside of Doff the Hat, a length and a half Chase Me Charlie. Now being eased away to go around that pair in front of him, and moving up to be second as they race down the side with just over 1,500 to run. Hereditas by a length to Chase Me Charlie, a length further back Rob's Reason on the inside of Doff the Hatter. Bright Spot is further back, Sterling Emblem getting a nice run on the inside of the stablemate Tennessee Oak, a length and a half further back to Future Shocker. Best Endeavours is over on the inside, Morgan Atari back behind them, Dark Tango followed by King of the Bay, and King Jazz. Alien Fella got back to second last, and Noble Ben Barra tailed out to last. Just under 1,200 metres to go, and the saddle slipped badly on this leader Hereditas. The saddle has slipped badly. It's Hereditas in front by a length and a half to Chase Me Charlie. Half a length away Bright Spot, 2 lengths to on the inside Rob's Reason and Doff the Hatter, and further back Tennessee Oak followed by Sterling Emblem, and Future Shock is back in behind them. Then the Best Endeavours being urged forward, a good long gap in the field then to Dark Tango followed by King of the Bay, Morgan Atari. Alien Fella's a long way back third last with Noble Ben Barra, and King Jazz is last of all. Now these horses are about to come around Hereditas, whose riders and all sorts of bother coming down the side, with Chase Me Charlie going up in the centre and deeper on the track. Bright Spot is coming to the picture quickly, so is Tennessee Oak, and wider on the track to Future Shock as they race past the 600 metre mark. Bright Spot just in advance of Chase Me Charlie. Tennessee Oak is running a big race, and deeper on the track is Future Shock joining in. Sterling Emblem, Doff the Hat back behind them, Rob's Reason. Hereditas dropping out of it. Tennessee Oak is the leader on the home turn, a half length to Future Shock, the immediate challenger. Bright Spot back in behind them, Chase Me Charlie, hard ridden, and further back to Rob's Reason. Tennessee Oak the leader into the straight, about a length and a half in advance of Future Shock inside the 200 metres, and they're well clear of Chase Me Charlie, Bright Spot, and further back Noble Ben Barra. But Tennessee Oak is going strongly. He's got it shot to pieces in the run home. Tennessee Oak, the jumper, he's a mile too good, and Tennessee Oak wins it well by a length and a half. Future Shock third home, might be Chase Me Charlie from Alien Fella and Noble Ben Barra in a photo. Just ahead there is Sterling Emblem, followed by Bright Spot and Doff the Hat further back. Morgan Atari, Dark Tango, followed by Rob's Reason, King of the Bay, Best Endeavours, King Jazz, and Hereditas has finished at the back of the field. Stand by for placings. Tennessee Oak, too good for them. In race number 4 here at Moonee Valley, came into the picture very quickly at the 600 metre mark and has just kept going to hold off all challenges. Not that there were many at the top of the straight, and from that point on. Number 2, Tennessee Oak, written by Brett Preble, raced by Mr. George Cronitis. Well done, George.
Drawn in 2, Musty Rose on his inside settles. They stand up pretty well. Racing. And Millbrae beaten for early speed, as was Stylish Laird, and straight into the bridle. Noble Chief is going to ensure a speedy pace to that first turn. Going after him on the outside, Honourable Dudley, and also Tartan Road. Musty Rose, the rail McRest, squeezed up between horses. Wondermere, the outside of the favourite. Even deeper and clearing that pair now. Goldbrook is wide. Oh, there's one throwing the head around ferociously back at the tail. It was either Stylish Laird or Millbrave. I think it's Millbrave. When the brakes went on into that first turn, and he's still fighting the rider Millbrave, throwing the head up all over the place in crazy fashion, and the rider has eased him right back out of it to the tail now, and the leader Noble Chief by a length and a quarter. Second placing Honourable Dudley, third placing Goldbrook, and fourth the inside Musty Rose. Tartan Road was fifth, and then McRest on the inside and hard held. Around the outside of McRest then Blue Witness, followed by Wondermere. Stylish Laird is with those, and so was Magic Moose out wider. 2 lengths away last of all now is Millbrave, and getting clear of him in second last placing is Lord Mitch. Well, they have eventually sorted themselves out by the time they move move onto the side at the 8.50, and the leader Noble Chief by 1. Second Honourable Dudley, a length and a quarter. Goldbrook, a half the inside. Musty Rose. Blue Witness outside of Tartan Road. McRest is in some bother on the inside. He's going to need a bit of luck from there, the favourite. Magic Moose is wide. Wondermere followed further back as they sprint up down the side by Lord Mitch and Mill Brave. After erratic behaviour early on, is last by 2. Around the home turn now, and here the leader still is Noble Chief. He's full of running. A length in front now. Honourable Dudley second. Musty Rose hard at it. Around them Blue Witness. McRest is getting a gap between horses. Goldbrook, it's outside. Further back to Stylish Laird, and then came Mill Brave starting to run on. McRest has got a big job to do. He's 4 lengths off them at the 200, and Noble Chief is still full of running. Noble Chief, is he going to run them ragged? He's too clear. He's going to run them ragged, all right. McRest is zooming home, and it's late with Mill Brave. There's been an unusual run, but Noble Chief wins it nicely from either McRest or Mill Brave. Honourable Dudley the inside. Over on the outside, Stylish Laird, a break Blue Witness, followed then by Lord Mitch and Musty Rose, Wondermere, Magic Moose, Goldbrook, and last in Tartan Road.
He's only kidding. Off and running, Mr. Volcanic is a shade tardy. Shin Can See began brilliantly and lobbed in front of Troon, and Iger Winners away quickly. Going up fast soon after the start, Bengal Flash, followed by Simmer, who's caught wide. Mr. Volcanic is racing between horses, not getting a lot of room in the early stages. And then Brocky, room for a slew, had to ease to miss the heels of one in front and threw his head right up in the air. And 4 lengths away is Robber Right. Shin Can See, the leader at the 800, about 3/4 on Troon. Bengal Flash is getting a soft run, third on the fence. A length away is Iger Win. Out deep is Simmer on the outside of Mr. Volcanic and Brocky. 2.5 to Room for a Slew, and 4 lengths to Robber Right as they come to the turn. Shin Can See is just the leader over Troon. 2.5 to Bengal Flash. Iger Win on the outside. Simmer's never been on the track, followed by Mr. Volcanic on the fence. Then is Brocky, followed by Room for a Slew. Into the straight, Shin Can See and Troon. Jim Cassidy hasn't gone for the leader yet. Now he does. Shin Can See kicked away. Put a length or more on Troon. Iger Win has run into second place. He's the danger. Shin Can See tackled by Iger Win. Room for a Slew is charging down the outside. He's gobbling them up. Room for a Slew right out in the middle of the track has come home right over the top of these leaders, and he's racing away in the last bit to win impressively. Room for a Slew beat Iger Win and Shin Can See. Simmer has run fourth, a pretty good job because he was wide throughout, and then Troon, Brocky, Bengal Flash, Mr. Volcanic, and last is Robber Right. Well, he blew him away. Room for a Slew, ridden by Lenny Beasley. That's his first win in 4 starts, and he'd run a 9th, a 5th and a 7th. So it was a tidy improvement by Room for a Slew, who pays $56.50 for the win and $6.90 the place. Struth. $56.50 and $6.90. Room for a Slew, which wasn't beaten all that far last start behind Lease at Warwick Farm. He was only 4.8 lengths from the winner. So he might have even been a little over the odds today when you look at that run. $56.50. I would say he was over the odds for sure. Just about here, I didn't think he fancied it for a stride. Did you notice him? He just seemed to put in a couple of roughies, and he gave the tail a swish. And just for 1 or 2 hops, I think he was just about to change his mind. But he got going again and has won by more than a length. Now 3 second Iger Win, Andrew Payne, will pay $2.40, and number 1 Shin Can See to pay $1.10. Quinella $212.20, trifecta $1,981.30.
In the stall, starting signal, they're set to go. Off and racing now. Mossman off the inside began okay. Pleasant Air began quickly. Stanzake was well away, and Dash of Bay and King Lotto are going fast. And on settling down as Dash of Bay going to the lead. Mossman's going to settle second. King Lotto going up on the outside. Pleasant Air's in 4th spot, followed by Stanzake, St. Clemens Bell. And Dracula's going to settle about 7th on the fence. A couple to Golden Award on the inside of Traditional. Getting a long way back on the field around the first corner, Essential Angel. And a long way back on the field is our partner and Lisa's last of all. At the 850 metres mark, King Lotto the leader, Stanzake second. Dash of Bay's in a close 3rd spot on the inside, closely been followed then by Pleasant Air. Mossman is 5th on the fence, St. Clemens Bell is 6th, and Dracula 7th on the inside from Traditional. Then came Golden Award, our partner, Essential Angel, and Lisa's last of all. On the bend, 500 metres to go, King Lotto and next Stanzake. Dash of Bay 3rd. Mossman's off the fence at the right time from Pleasant Air. Dracula's going up towards the fence, he'll need luck, and And then came Golden Award and Traditional. Well on the straight, King Lotto tackled by Stanzake. Mossman under the whip from Dasher Bay. Dracula going through on the fence from St Clements Bell, and Traditional's running home. King Lotto the leader. Dracula's going to get a split one off the fence, and St Clements Bell and Traditional. Dracula got through. St Clements Bell coming at Dracula. Dracula's just in front, and Dracula won the size from St Clements Bell. Third, I think, Traditional. Just in front of Mossman, King Lotto, and did you see Lease? Mark him down for the Castlemaine Monday week. Further back on the field, Golden Award, and then Stanzake, followed by our partner Pleasant Air, Essential Angel, and last time in the race was Dash of Bay. And that is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why Larry Cassidy is the leading rider in Australia today. An absolute magnificent...
And they look ready. All ready to go. Race 5 on the program. They're off. And Royal Rubiton, the inside, jumped away very well with Bento, and out quickly also Ruling Regent, beginning well as Kiora Star, and just in behind them is Grand Bay, settling into stride. And over on the outside, Kiora Star, one of the leaders here in company with Storm Boy near the insider. And Bento going quickly to head them off in the early stages. Bento goes to the front and settling down, leads a length and a half in advance here of Storm Boy, and Grand Bay's in close touch behind them, followed closely by Plushka on the inside with Kit's Challenger. A bit further back, Kiora Star, followed by Sir Boom. It's My Sin has got a fair way back, and they were followed next over on the inside by Royal Rubiton, followed then by Ruling Regent. A good long gap to Diamond Tipped on the inside of Source of Divorce, followed by Hong Kwok Star, and the Golden Greek is last of all. Bento in charge down the side by a neck on Storm Boy, length to Grand Bay. Over on the inside, getting a nice run as Plushka as they come up towards the home turn, followed by Kiora Star, and wide on the track making a run now. It's My Sin. Royal Rubiton in behind them looking for a run, followed by Kit's Challenge and Diamond Tipped as they round the home turn. Bento as the leader, about to be tackled by Grand Bay. It's My Sin down the outside, running home solidly is the danger. It's My Sin over on the outside, grabbing these leaders halfway down the running. Hong Kwok Star finishing very quickly with Source of Divorce down the outside. It's My Sin, tackled by Hong Kwok Star, who hit the front. Hong Kwok Star. Hong Kwok Star wins from It's My Sin, and Sir Boom's run home well for third. Fourth home, Source of Divorce, followed by Plushka, Royal Rubiton, Ruling Regent, Grand Bay, followed by Bento and the Golden Greek, Storm Boy. Well back, Kit's Challenge, followed by Kiora Star, and Diamond Tips run last. And just when it looked as if It's My Sin had the race in her keeping, along has come Hong Kwok Star with a very strong run to tip it out. Number 5, the winner, Hong Kwok Star, ridden by Matthew Allen. In the Ferrero Rocher handicap, defeats number 4, It's My Sin, ridden by Eddie Wilkinson. Number 1 is third, Sir Boom, ridden by Adam Murphy. Hong Kwok Star, $8.50 and $2.50, trained by Doug Harrison at Cranbourne. For Mr. Bill Fan, a 6-year-old chestnut gelding by...
Another one comes in on the other side to help. Mount Gambier Gold Cup Carnival, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. Gee, a few of these are fidgety. Ready. Racing now, and Amber Gaze jumped pretty well today. She's going to be in the forward line early in the piece, and with it Count Christo, another Ripple, Kun Prani and Regencia. Nagar scooting right up along the rail is going through to try and join the lead as they do so now. In down towards the 700 metre mark, out very wide, Finn Spang, Kun Prani between them. Amber Gaze is there and Nagar just heading them. Regencia's on the inside of Amber Gaze as they come towards the turn. Another Ripple went to third. Further back, Lord Regier, Count Christo, Grago off the track, Dream Life from French Poet. Further back then, Jack's Comment and last for home, Our Scenario. Around the turn for home, and the leader Nagar from Kun Prani. A length and a half away, another Ripple outside Regencia, followed then by Finn Spang, and then Amber Gaze worked upon. Wide out on the track on the outside, Lord Regier is starting to work home hard. They were followed by Grago, and then Dream Life, Our Scenario switching course, but in the straight, it's now Regencia, the leader down the outside, coming at it, Lord Regier. Amber Gaze is only struggling, but they go to the line, and it's going to be Lord Regier from second, Regencia. Finn Spang might have got third. Further back near the inside, we had Amber Gaze. Next to it, Kun Prani, and wider out another Ripple. Deeper then to Grago and French Poet. Our Scenario running up behind them. Count Christo, Dream Life, Jack's Comment and Nagar.
Well, he was a bit of a drifter on the tote, Lord Regier, $4.
Way back to the real McCoy, back to the race. Starter onto his stand now, and they're about set and ready for dispatch. Blazing Flight, the inside runner. They're off. Another good start, and Kid Ladders away brilliantly from a wide gate is going to try and cross them. My Ella Prince and Blazing Flight began well, and so did Special Effects, followed by Noble Challenge, who steadied back in the field but wide. At the head of the others, Burrito and then Crafty Bow from Saltash Castle and Clear Memory. Bridal Chances back near last and travelling very wide in the orange colours. Kid Lat was able to speed across and go to the lead lead in the middle stages, led by more than 2 to Blazing Flight. A length and a half to My Ella Prince, a length to Crafty Bow. Then Special Effects between horses out deep on the track. Noble Challenge, followed by Burrito. Saltash Castle not getting a lot of room from Clear Memory. Bridal Chances last and has been wide throughout. Into the straight, Kidlat the leader, about 3 off the fence. Turn for home, a length and a half in front of Blazing Flight, giving chase, followed by Crafty Bow. Further out, Noble Challenge and Clear Memory coming to the 200. Kidlat going strongly is clear of Blazing Flight. Crafty Bow, Noble Challenge is the danger. Noble Challenge on the extreme outside, getting out after the leader. Kidlat's in front, 100 out. Noble Challenge running into second place, but can't do any better. And Kidlat from a wide gate runs them off their feet to score well. Now kicking for second, maybe Blazing Flight, a breath in front of Noble Challenge, followed by Crafty Bow, Saltash Castle, then My Ella Prince, Burrito, Special Effects and Clear Memory, and Bridal Chance didn't fire a shot and pulled up at the tail of the field. Well, I thought Noble Challenge for a couple of hops was going to get out after that leader, but his run definitely ended, so much so that Blazing Flight in the black nose roll has kicked again on the inside and might even nose him out of second money. But Kidlat too good. Geez, form reads tremendously consistent now. He's won 5 out of his last 6. Kidlat, 5 out of 6. 3 of those wins were at Canberra. 4 of them, in fact, at Canberra, and a couple at Rosehill. Oh no, Noble Challenge will still get second, wide out. Gee, it's a tricky angle. Yes, the outside will get second, Noble Challenge. So numbers are 6, 5 and 4. Noble Challenge on the outside, hanging on to second. And a breath away third, Blazing Flight. 6, 5 and 4. Kidlat, Noble Challenge, Blazing Flight. The totes are 420 and 180, 190, 390. Quinella is $15.80. Now the official fourth, number 8, Saltash Castle. 5th is number 7, Crafty Bow. Put the Quinella up and took it down again. Kidlat is a 5-year-old. He's by Snippets. A great percentage sire. They win every day of the week. The stock of Snippets, colts and fillies, which is always the mark of a good sire. They've got to get both. 6, 5 and 4. Kidlat's overall record is now 27 for 10, 6 and 1. That's his 10th win. I always remember Kidlat for a very special reason. He was the horse that gave Darren Beedman the win he needed to break Billy Cook's Australian record, or his Sydney Metropolitan record of 124, I think, was Billy Cook, and Darren broke it at Randwick during the winter months a couple of years ago on that horse, Kidlat. Now, where is the winner? Way down the track. Here he is coming back in, young Glenn Perry. We don't see much of him in town, Matt, but he's won 2 races on the trot here at Rosehill on Kidlat. That'd be his favourite horse.
Yeah, John, and the instructions are very simple that are given to Glenn Perry before he goes out. Don't use the whip. It's as simple as that. They tell him not to use the whip. That horse apparently absolutely hates it. If he takes sight of it, he just digs his toes in and pulls up. He can't stand the whip. And so Glenn Perry, the reason that the owners have been so loyal to him is he's just so good on the horse and doesn't use the whip. That's the key to him. Just keep that whip away. Now, the Oaks is coming up at Eagle Farm. Only a Lady 960, 320 La Volta, Zarshaline 770, 10 Parlia, 840 Sister Teresa, Melora 480, 76 Once Upon a Crime, 15 Sea Wiz, Midnight Babe 14 and Perfect Cocktail at $96, 72 Friends and Lovers, 42.21 Carrot, 100 Zabwatch, 200 Royal Sanction, Star Tro 100 and Subway 100 to 1. That's for the Oaks. Melora to beat La Volta and Zarshaline for Allen 623 for the 6th event at Eagle Farm. The Oaks being sponsored by Qantas this afternoon for the fillies. Now they move in at Elwick for race 6. 3:30 for Mr. Thomas is the favourite, and here's Milton.
Thanks, Matthew. Last one to move in, Arjun Brossi. Arjun Brossi goes in. Now they're all locked away, ready to go. Lights on. 1,200 the distance. Racing Pretty even break too. All Sand first to jump out from Al's Little Mate and Cheval de Monde. Mr. Thomas is away quickly and disputing the early leaders. They make their way along the back after travelling a couple of 100 metres. Down the back of the course they race towards the 800, and at this stage All Sand has moved out to lead by 2 lengths Mr. Thomas. 3 parts of a length away Cheval de Monde on the outside of Argent Brossie. Then a half length away, racing a bit deep on the track, is Al's Little Mate. They were followed by another Dara on the rails, and just behind it is Devon Sun. Then there's a couple of lengths to Wiretap second last, and Joanna's Lady is last of all. They approach the 400 and run around the home turn. All Sand sets the pace and says, catch me if you can. But Mr. Thomas is closing on it in second place. Al's Little Mate around the outsides, improving quickly to an Argent Brossie up along the rails, followed by Cheval de Monde. But into the straight they come, and the leader is All Sand. Mr. Thomas on the outside throws out the challenge. Al's Little Mate's right there too. Argent Brossie just in behind them with Devon Sun running on. Down to the 200 they go. All Sand is still in front. Mr. Thomas can't look as though he can find it on the outside. Is Al's Little Mate. 3 of them across the track. All Sand just in front. Oh, 3-way photo finish, and I won't have a go at it. 3 of them. All Sand on the inside. Mr. Thomas on the inner centre, and on the outside Al's Little Mate. Then there's a gap to Devon Sun, followed in by Joanna's Lady, Wiretap, another Dara. Argent Brossie dropped out on the run home, and the last one across the line was Cheval de Monde.
A photo finish and a tight one too. Al's Little Mate was there, Mr. Thomas was there, and just behind those first couple were Devon Sun. The Hobartown plate has ended in a very tight finish at Elwick. Now Eagle Farm Race 6, the
ready to go. They're set. La Volta face as well. They're off and racing now. Royal Sanction near the inside began okay. La Volta was well away. So too was Sea Whiz and Zabwatch began okay. Star Tro and Midnight Babe showing speed. Once Upon a Crime coming down the outside. And Malura is out about 6 and 7 wide as they come to the line the first time. And Only a Lady's deep, a little bit worse than midfield. At the line the first time, 2,000 to go. And Once Upon a Crime went to the lead. Zabwatch is second, and Malura has got over 1 off the fence and third. Palai is travelling 3 deep on the turn out of the straight. Then Midnight Babe, Royal Sanction, Zashaline racing in 7th position, but a little bit wide. La Volta's in between runners, Friends and Lover on the fence, a length and a half to Star Tro, and then Perfect Cocktail followed by Sea Whiz, Only a Lady 4th last, and then Sister Teresa a long way back is Subway, and last of all is 21 Carat. Down the back, 1,600 to run. Once Upon a Crime, the leader, a length over Zabwatch. Palaya over racing in 3rd, and Malura somehow has got over on the fence to be racing in 4th position, and that's a great piece of riding by Vin Colgall. A length further back, then on the outside, Zashaline. Another length to Star Tro. Rule Sanction midfield on the inside of Midnight Babe. A length and a half, La Volta's drifted back midfield on the outside of Friends and Lovers. Only a Lady's having a tough run, 3 deep around Perfect Cocktail. Sea Whiz on the fence. A couple then to Sister Teresa from Subway. And last of all is 21 Carat. They're on the top corner, 1,000 metres to go. Zabwatch the leader, Palaya is second. Star Tro third, Once Upon a Crime fourth. Malura getting a lovely run, 5th the rail. A length away, Zashaline tracking Malura everywhere it goes, and then Royal Sanction on the inside of Midnight Babe. Friends and Lovers is next on the inside of La Volta. Then Only a Lady around Sea Whiz and Perfect Cocktail the middle. A couple, Sister Teresa, 21 Carat on the outside, and Subway is last. At the crossing, 600 to go. Palaya on the fence, and Zabwatch led Once Upon a Crime. Star Tro. Malura's had a charm run on the fence. Then Zashaline just behind them as they neared the bend from Midnight Babe. And further back, Only a Lady coming to the outside in the straight, and Zabwatch and Palai led. Here's Malura off the fence at the right time to challenge. Midnight Babe running home. La Volta's getting a split in the centre. Only a Lady and 21 Carat down the outside, but Malura sprinted to the front of the 200. Zashaline got into second spot. Midnight Babe and 21 Carat. Malura, Zashaline and Midnight Babe. Malura's just in front. Midnight Babe and Zashaline drive. They hit the line. Oh, it's Zashaline, I think. It might be Zashaline, maybe. A nose to Midnight Babe. It is almost a dead heat. Third's a photo. Sister Teresa, 21 Carat in line with La Volta and Malura Subway. The next time in the race was Zabwatch. Then came Once Upon a Crime, Friends and Lovers, Perfect Cocktail, Sea Whiz, Palaya, Only a Lady, Star Tro, and last time in the race is Royal Sanction. It's an absolute thriller. Oh, gee.
Fluid Motion beginning well, away fast also Buck Henry and Destrero, and they were followed by Dry Humour. Jamati just in behind them, a bit deeper on the track there to Blazing Sun, being followed by Buffer's Pride, and dropping back to second last Just Anything, and Ironstone has tailed out to last. Going around the first bend, 1,200 metres out, and Jamati took up the running, led by a length to Blazing Sun, a length further back on the outside. Buffer's Pride being trailed up on the rails by Aspire, a neck away the outside Destrero, followed by Dry Humour, 2 lengths away Buck Henry, then Fluid Motion on the inside of Just Anything, who's second last, and Ironstone is last of all. Down the side they travel, just over 800 metres left to go, and the leader Jamati by a length in advance in second place. Moving up there, Blazing Sun, a half away to Buffer's Pride. Over on the inside then is Aspire, followed by Destrero. 3 off the rail then is Dry Humour, a length and a half further back is Just Anything, followed by Buck Henry, and then there's a break to Ironstone second last, and last Fluid Motion. Down the side, Jamati is the leader, kicked away by over a length in advance of Buffer's Pride, is now in hot pursuit, being followed by Blazing Sun, then Dry Humour, Just Anything in behind them. Buck Henry, a good long gap to Ironstone, then Fluid Motion. Destrero's dropped right out of it second last, and Aspire, I think something's gone amiss with him. He's been pulled out of the race as they round the home turn. Jamati still the leader. Buffer's Pride's trying to get to it, and over on the inside, Blazing Sun running on pretty well, followed by Buck Henry. Just Anything behind them. Dry Humour as they straighten up. Jamati is still the leader, over a length in advance of Buffer's Pride down the outside. Just Anything running on well, followed by Dry Humour, but Jamati is still in front. He won't give it in the final stages. Buffer's Pride trying to get to Jamati. He's going to hang on, and Jamati wins from Buffer's Pride, with Ironstone getting home well for third. Then Just Anything followed by Dry Humour, Buck Henry behind them, a long gap to Blazing Sun, and they were followed by Fluid Motion. Well back there is Destrero, and Aspire did complete the course. He's about 100 metres behind the second last horse. Stand by for placings. Jamati holding out the rest of them and winning in good style. In race 6, the Western's Quattro handicap, it's number 6 Jamati leading from Go to Woe to Score, written by Vlad Jurek. Jamati trained by
Valerian came out running from leader Club. Pro now is prominent, so is Quick Megs, and also March Militaire coming out of the ruck now. John's Heritage is up wide on the outside, and they were followed then by Mighty Meccano, Headhunter between them. Pro now back to the rail. Voodoo Sunset next as he tries to get in somewhere in John's Heritage, but there's no opening. Glen Curry is on the outside of Voodoo Sunset, and they were followed by Percolator from Gestress, who got to the rail. Further back in the field, Mathaga, and they were followed by Tropical Heat. It's enough last. Persian Storm just ahead of it, second last. Leader Club leads the way down the side towards the 650. From in second placing, Valerian, March Militaire. Quick Megs is there, and so too Mighty Meccano. Deep Pro now's travelling up behind them nicely, and Percolator has worked up hard. Then came John's Heritage in the centre. Down on the inside, Gestress improving. Headhunter in the middle from Glen Curra. Mathaga now out into the clear from It's Enough as they turn. Tropical Heat is one of the last. Persian Storm about third last. Homeward bound now, and Valerian went to the front. Got a length in front of in second placing. Pro now the challenger. Wider out Mighty Meccano, leader Club. Gestress has made some ground, and wider out was Mathaga. Pro now's after Valerian. They were 100 to go. Pro now wearing down Valerian. Valerian is finding something inside, but not enough. Pro now's got it. Pro now wins from Valerian. Third Mathaga, fourth Gestress. Very nice run. Mighty Meccano was a fair effort. It was wide. Then It's Enough, leader Club, followed further back in the field then by Persian Storm and Tropical Heat. Voodoo Sunset working into it late. Headhunter, March Militaire, Percolator, John's Heritage, Quick Megs and Glen Curra.
$3.10 and $1.50 for number 4 Pro Now home at Cheltenham. 6 Valerian at $2.80 and Mathaga number 8 at $2.50. At this point, about 30 or 40 metres from home, it was a good battle between.
Ready to run in the Armourguard Stayers Cup. Good on you, Ken. The Armourguard Stayers Cup is race 7. Starter Billy Dale at his rostrum. He's shepherding a television cameraman away from the starting gates, I notice. The cameraman was just a little too close to the stalls, and the starter waved him away. Gates open, they're off in the Armourguard Stayers Cup. Came out in a nice even line from the inside. Born to Dance is about the first out. Revenge and Sir Rossi began well, but here comes Old Stony Bay charging down the middle of the track, and he's going to head them off in the run to the judge the first time. Stony Bay crossing, leads well over Revenge and Sir Rossi, followed by Royalty Galore. Born to Dance is tucked away on the fence. Hunter Winemaker between horses. Foramore made that first turn awkwardly. He must be 6 or 7 deep there. followed by Magic, and then Yobro, Nazarich, Mars King and Soup Kitchen, and last of all is Praise Indeed. Over the crossing at the 1800 mark, and Stony Bay in his favourite role as a clear-cut leader showed the way by 2.5 to Foramore, getting back onto the track. Sir Rossi is tucked away third as they go to the 1600 mark, followed by Revenge. Hunter Winemaker, yellow sleeves, yellow cap, is obliged to race 3 deep at the moment. Born to Dance is tucked away on the fence, followed by Royalty Galore, and then Nazarich, and further back is Magic, who's travelling 3 wide, followed by Yobro. 2 to Mars King, a length to Soup Kitchen, and a half to Praise Indeed on the outside. Last of all, by G, Stony Bay is picking him up and putting him down in bull fashion as they go down the back to the 1200 mark, and he's carting them along at a solid bat, led by 2.5 to Foramore, 2.5 to Hunter Winemaker, followed by Revenge. On the fence then is Sir Rossi. A bit more than a length further back in the field came Born to Dance, who's tucked away on the inside of Royalty Galore, followed by Nazarich, and then Yobro. Further back in the field as they come around the top turn is Mars King, Magic in that bunch, and the last couple of Soup Kitchen and Praise Indeed. At the 800 metres mark, and Stony Bay led at a cracking pace. He's a length and a quarter on Foramore. 2 to Hunter Winemaker, who's enjoyed a good run on the outside of Revenge. 3 deep is Royalty Galore, then Born to Dance, Sir Rossi, hard ridden, losing a little ground, followed by Magic going up wide. Further back is Nazarich, and then Yobro, followed by Mars King, Soup Kitchen and Praise Indeed. Into the straight, Stony Bay defies them at the moment. He turned for home well clear of Foramore and Revenge, followed by Born to Dance, and then Hunter Winemaker, who's immediately under pressure. Coming to the 200, Stony Bay still in front. He's about 5 off the fence. Revenge is the one getting along the rail. Stony Bay joined by Revenge. Nazarich is running a bit of a race, and wider out Mars King. Stony Bay still in front, 100 out. Here's Mars King absolutely swamping him. Stony Bay just the leader. Mars King on the outside and Nazarich on his inside, but Stony Bay has run them off their feet. Stony Bay wins from Mars King or Nazarich. Praise Indeed and Revenge close up, and then Yobro, Magic, followed by Soup Kitchen, Born to Dance, Royalty Galore, further back Hunter Winemaker, and then Foramore, and tailed off Sir Rossi. Well, the old boy defied them. Under 58 kilos, he set a cracking pace, and he just beat off challenge after challenge over the last 200 metres and held them safely. He's been a remarkable horse, Stony Bay, and today's first prize of $34,000 takes him well over the $1.5 million mark, and Stony Bay is going to pay $7.90 and $2.90. Now, seconds close, Mars King on the outside and Nazarich on the inside of Stony Bay, little between them for second. But Nazarich has got second. Number 8 got up for second. Nazarich pays $4.70, and number 4, Mars King, a place tote of $1.70. By gee, they went hard in that. I really doubted if he could keep going under the 58. Justin Sheehan just let him roll. He must have been riding to a plan. And
Afternoon. Now in this race, Rodway C races in a white cap to distinguish it from the stablemate Harvey Ladd. And now we wait for Mr. Newmarket and Rodway C to come up. Sahara Z stands well. Celestial Choir won this race last year. Defeated Clang and Accomplice in this race last year. Now Mr. Newmarket's gone in and we're all set and we're ready for action in the Qantas QTC Cup Group 2. Off and racing now. Sahara Z near the inside began okay. City Hall began brilliantly, and so did Laguna, about to run to the lead. And Mr. Newmarket's going fast. At the first corner, Laguna went to the lead. Mr. Newmarket second. City Hall third. Sahara Z's on the fence. They're closely being followed by Celestial Choir. Harvey Ladders travelling deep. Scandinavia about midfield now, followed by Rodway C, My Fabulous Star. Captive on the fence, El Mansour third last, followed by Major Victory. And last of all is Mars Party. Laguna with a wing on every foot at the 700, led 1.5 to Mr. Newmarket. Sahara Z in third position, followed by City Hall as they come to the bend. Then Celestial Choir, Scandinavia on the fence. El Mansour's improving in the middle. And then Harvey Louder, My Fabulous Star. Into the straight, Laguna led at the 400. Mr. Newmarket coming at him. Scandinavia and City Hall on the outside. And El Mansour's pulled out. And then Celestial Choir. Scandinavia went to the front of the 200. City Hall, El Mansour trying hard. And then came Captive. It's Scandinavia the leader. City City Hall and El Mansour trying hard. It's Scandinavia in front of City Hall, close to home, and Scandinavia is going to win the money. Scandinavia beats City Hall, third El Mansour, good Stradbroke run, then Captive Sahara Z, Mr. Newmarket, My Fabulous Star, major victory. Rodway C, further back Harvey Ladd, Laguna capitulated in the straight, and then came Mars Party, and last home is Celestial Choir. Scandinavia the winner, ridden by Greg Hall, 4.35 and 1.90. 13 seconds City Hall at $3.30, and 1 El Mansour, $2.25. The numbers are 6, 13 and 1 after the running of race number 7. This horse got a beautiful run on the point of the corner. You can see Hall here. Did he tighten him up a touch? He's had a look over the right shoulder. Laguna tackled by Scandinavia.
The first to jump out in company with Naphill in the centre, and Risky going out fast out deep on the track looking for the leader as they come down the straight. Space Region just in behind them, and Dolvita's a bit further back, and Rules Galore centre field. At the judge, and Risky goes to the lead by a length and a half to Naphill, 2 lengths away Space Region on the inside of Dolvita, 2 further back to Vianetta, followed by Rules Galore. Back along the inside, Drink Card Princess from Sweet Lady Bird. Back in behind them, Dance Away, then Flirty Bird, followed by Kitty's Wish, is a long way off the lead. Well back in the field, Star Cossack, followed by the Stimulator, and Tretrice is also a long way back, 1,400 metres out, and Risky is the leader by 2 lengths to Naphill up on the outside of Space Region, a length further back to Dolvita, 2 lengths away Vianetta, followed closely by Rules Galore, Drink Card Princess in behind them, Sweet Lady Bird, then came Dance Away there, followed by Tetrice, and Flirty Bird is deep on the track, followed by Kitty's Wish behind them, second last the Stimulator, and last of all Star Cossack. In the back they race just over 1,000 to go. Risky making every post a winner, led 2.5 lengths to Naphill, a length further back Space Region to half to Dolvita, 2 lengths away Vianetta, followed by Rules Galore on the outside of Drink Card Princess, a length and a half further back a Sweet Lady Bird. Then came Dance Away, Tetrice is on the inside, Flirty Bird behind them, Kitty's Wish followed by the Stimulator, and Star Cossack was still last of all as they come down by the 800 metre mark, and this leader Risky still nicely clear. Led 2.5 lengths to Naphill's, had a lovely trail second, a length further back then Space Region on the inside of Dolvita, and they were followed closely by Vianetta, Drink Card Princess, Rules Galore further back being niggled at, followed by Dance Away, and in behind them is Sweet Lady Bird. Star Cossack to the outside running on well, followed by Flirty Bird, and a gap Tetrice, Kitty's Wishes second last, being hard ridden, the Stimulator last of all. Naphill hit the front coming up to the home turn, about to be tackled by Vianetta, Drink Card Princess, and here comes Star Cossack with a good run. They're followed by Dolvita and Dance Away coming into the picture from a long way back, followed by Risky dropping out of it as they straighten up. Vianetta takes the lead, about to be tackled by Drink Card Princess, and Star Cossack is joining in down the outside. Vianetta was the leader halfway down the straight. Star Cossack tried to get it, but it's finishing solidly, and the Stimulator and Rules Galore finishing very fast. Star Cossack hit the front close to home. It's Star Cossack. Star Cossack wins at second. Dance Away, I think Vianetta third, just ahead of Rules Galore, the Stimulator. In behind them, Sweet Lady Bird and Flirty Bird. Next, Dolvita, followed by Kitty's Wish and Space Region. Naphill weakened out of it third last, followed by Risky, and the last home is Drink Card Princess. Star Cossack, who won the Moonee Valley Oaks here as a 3-year-old last season, of course. Now a 4-year-old at $6.90 and $3.10 in the familiar Hancock's Bloodstock colours. Star Cossack, written by Brad Rorella. A 4-year-old bay mare by Cossack Warrior out of D'Elmo, trained by David Hall at Flemington. So Alf Matthews unlucky he's missed out on 2 winning rides here today. His place taken in that by Brad Rorella, who rode a great race to land Star Cossack the winner. Numbers 2, 3 and 7 are the official placings. In the 7th at Moonee Valley, number 2 Star Cossack, written by Brad Rorella. Second, number 3 is Dance.
And Corregidor working into a nice spot, followed by Bo Curryali. Gold is deep. Modern King from Lord Shiraz, Bono, Willie Watt at the 1200. The leader Easy Landing, the favourite, finds the rails. 3/4 in front of Latin Villa. In third placing then on the inside, Brinkman's Image. Corregidor, the centre, keeping Yali Gold out 3 wide. 1 length away at the 1,000 metre mark on the nickel, Bo Curra, followed then by Modern King from Bono. Further back behind them then came Lord Shiraz, and last of all is Willie Watt. Easy Landing travelling easily down the